Insecurities, one of the common things that we all share, that we all can relate to. So, according to American Psychological Association Dictionary of Psychology, insecurity can be defined as a feeling of inadequacy, lack of self-confidence, inability to cope, and this is accompanied by general uncertainty and anxiety about one's goals, abilities, or relationship with others. So, in other words, people with insecurities, they have doubts, they have uncertainty and unsure about their own value, about their own abilities and worth. When we talk about insecurity, it is equal to not secure, feeling not safe, feeling as if you are in danger. So, when you are in danger, what do you feel? You feel anxious, right? You feel not comfortable. It's not a good feeling in general. So insecurity is actually something that can negatively impact your life. Why? Because when you have insecurity and too much self-doubt, it's going to be a barrier to reach your actual potentials. You won't realize your worth and ability. And this low feeling of self-worth actually may lead to further mental health problems. For example, those who are suffering from eating disorder, depression, and anxiety disorders. What about the symptoms of insecurity? So the first one, the most common is feeling of inadequacy. Okay, for example, like, oh no, I'm not good enough, I'm not good as that person, I'm talentless, I'm worthless. And then they also lack of self-confidence. They often not sure about themselves, and then low self-esteem, anxious in relationships, and they are also very critical of themselves and judgmental of themselves. Now, when we are talking about insecurity, there are actually many types of insecurity. It can be about body image, it can be about social insecurity, it can be about academic, relationship, and job insecurity. Let's talk about self-acceptance. So, what does it actually mean by self-acceptance? Self-acceptance is basically accepting all of your attributes, both the good and the bad things about yourself. It is embracing all part of yourself. And although you are aware and you recognize your weaknesses, you still fully accept yourself. You give yourself unconditional love. That's what self-acceptance is. How to overcome insecurity and how to start practicing self-acceptance. The first step is you must acknowledge that you have the power to control your thoughts and feelings. You must try to challenge the negative thoughts about yourself. I know people who are insecure, who have self doubts, they have a lot of negative thoughts about themselves. So, one of the things that you can try to do is write down your negative thoughts about yourself. Let's say in the paper or in a journal, and then you look at it from a different perspective, in a more logical way. You think of it in a more positive and logical way, and you change the negative thoughts to a more positive one. There are some things that you cannot change. For example, your past mistake and failures, or the things that you are born with. It's something that you cannot change. It is out of your control. So you must learn to let it go. Just let it be. Don't judge it. Don't compare it. Just let it be. You may not be able to control how people think about you, but you can choose to live with your own expectations. You can choose to follow your own standards instead of trying to chase other people's standards. You can choose to take care of yourself, to develop yourself. You can choose to believe in yourself, to be kind in yourself. The next part is forgiving yourself or self forgiveness. You have to learn to let go and forgive yourself for your mistakes or failures. Sometimes the mistake or failures that you have experienced in the past, there are a lot of other external factors that could lead to it, and it is not always because of you. So you must learn not to take everything personally, and most importantly, let go of it. Learning to let go will get you out of that misery depth that is caused by the past life events. And once everything is wiped clean, it is easier to earn self-love. The third way is celebrating the differences. So You must know that there's no one single category for every aspect of life. I mean, in life, there are so many different types of peoples, there are so many different categories. We cannot all be in the same category. It's not possible for all of us to be in that one same standard. It's not possible. Like, imagine if everyone is in the same standard that the society has created. Imagine how boring life would be. So this is how you must know that it is alright to be different. It is okay to be different. It is okay to not fit into the standard that you thought you have to fit in. Diversity is to be celebrated. So celebrate the difference. Celebrate your uniqueness. Accept what you are and don't think of it as weaknesses. The next one is removing the negativity. So you might realize that you are surrounded by negative circle of people who constantly criticize you. For example, you have negative circle of friends, or maybe it's because of the social media that you are using, which causes you to constantly compare yourself with others and often feel lacking. So when you recognize these negative sources, you remove it. It's time for you to set boundaries for yourself. If you realize that all of these things is draining your energy, is making yourself more insecure, you set boundaries for yourself and you remove these things. And the last one would be to take care of yourself and to be kind to others. Take care of yourself, fulfill all your needs, nourish yourself, your mind, your body, and celebrate your wins. If you accomplish some things, you write it down, you celebrate it, you treat yourself. And of course, you be kind to others because when you be kind to others, there is a sense of accomplishments. You're going to feel good when you be kind to others. It is okay if you still find it hard to accept yourself and to stop the comparison, to not feeling insecure because on some level, everyone deals with insecurity. It is okay. We are all in the same boat, so it's understandable. Building self esteem and trying to fully accept ourselves is not always easy. It is not easy, of course, it's not easy. It's going to take some time and practice, but at the end of the day, you just keep going towards it because the result is worth it. And don't hesitate to reach out for help if you feel like you could use some extra support.